Alright, so I'm not walking to the store today. Uh, I kind of made a trip there this morning. But I do know I have to make some phone calls after work, and that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make some phone calls after work because I gotta try to work on this service project, and I also had to do this thing for my daughter so she can do her school thing because her mom wants me to do everything now, and like I don't. So it's safe to say I don't have a head start, right? So I'm basically playing catch up. I'll have to play catch up with the whole logistical part because I had been left out of that portion for so long. So now I just have to basically figure it out from here on in. And the worst part of this is that there's a high chance that I will have to do it in an untimely fashion or in hours that don't suit me well. But that's okay. It's not the end of the world. All right, so I'm actually gonna grab the water that I left in here this morning. Okay, so still gotta set up this still trying to set up this poll here, so bear with me. Rebecca Towns. So I'm doing all right. I'm actually, like I said, I'm just trying to, and I'm glad that there's actual people in here today. Well, at least one person has showed up today, because man, the way YouTube has been treating me in the algorithm is cold work. Also, like I said before, I've actually been, you know, working on my health and everything. So I've been trying to do that. And you are on your way to Hawaii. Okay, I see. Is that I like that. So, fun fact is that I'm actually working on everything that I'm supposed to work on so that I can make my way to Uganda in November. So I got 1 month to get all of my shit together. I got one whole month to get my shit together. So what I'm gonna do? So I gotta buy my ticket. I still gotta buy my which I'm gonna do tomorrow. Then I gotta get my green card or what's that name? My visa. And then I'm gonna spend the next 3 weeks buying clothes. I'm gonna buy a pair every weekend. So not this weekend, but starting next weekend, I'm gonna buy a pair of clothes every weekend. I've been told not to buy too many clothes because I'm only gonna be there a week. So the game plan is gonna be to just so I gotta get clothes, and then I'm gonna make sure I have some travel toiletries so that while I'm traveling, I got basically everything I need. So soap, deodorant, lotion, toothbrush, toothpaste, and then of course that'll be good to go. I'll get whatever other stuff that I need when I get there. But yeah, and I'm gonna use my old tea bag to travel with too. I'm gonna travel with that. Um, and obviously I'm gonna keep people updated as it goes along because this was this was planned a year, not a year. I want to say planned a year in the making. Yeah, I want to say it was planned a year in the making, and we didn't necessarily just decide that because initially what was supposed to happen was is like I had wanted her to just move out here, and I'm glad it didn't go the way that I wanted it to happen, because it would have been a goddamn disaster if it were, especially with everybody living in my house. It would have been a disaster. So I'm glad that it didn't happen that way. Oh, no wonder it wasn't, because I got peanut butter on the front here and it's snickerdoodle on the goddamn back. I was wondering why this shit tasted like crap. This shit tasted like crap. I don't like snickerdoodle. And I couldn't find peanut butter, but so it says peanut butter right here, but it's snickerdoodle on the back. I've been had. Anyway, um, the way that everything in my house was set up this year, it was a complete fucking disaster. So I'm glad that we decided to do it her way, which was go there, me spend a week there, and then next year, after I get my car situated again, because I gotta get some more repairs done, and then and then I also have to do some house maintenance too. So I gotta get all of my I gotta get all of those necessary repairs done, and I think in a few years or so, I'm gonna get my roof repaired in a few years. But hopefully I have enough money for that, because from what I'm being told, that shit is expensive. But I actually planned on in a few years anyway. I wanted to move in a few years, because while the house I have is a really nice house, is a really great house. Um, I actually want something bigger, and before I actually even make that move, my game plan actually is to, like I said, to get promoted at work. Something that has not been easy to do, but it's only not been easy due to my own actions. Mm, yeah. So due to my own actions, it hasn't been easy to make that work. But that is something that I can mitigate on my own, by fixing my shit, getting my shit together at work, right? So that is what I plan to do, so that I can get promoted easier, or have a better chance at getting promoted, because I still want it. I still want that. And then, of course, continue my consistency on YouTube, because hashtag I want Google's money. And with a little bit of support, I might actually gain some confidence and do an acapella channel too, just for shits and giggles. See how that goes. I'll probably get booed off stage, but I don't care. Right, I saw something I shouldn't have seen. All right, yeah. So I have a few good things that I need to get started on, and when I get those things started, everything's gonna be all right. But first thing, the priority primarily is getting the community service done, and it is harder than I thought it would be to find community service opportunities, because they don't make finding the shit easy. They really don't, and everything else is just out of the fucking way. So it's just borderline impossible. But worst case scenario, I might just do this fucking animal shelter in or excuse me, not West Sac, but Old Sac, because if they do it, then that would be perfect for me. I can just roll over there. Hey, spend a few hours a day helping out animals. I don't mind doing that. I've done it before, actually. I actually that was actually the first time I did community service as an adult. I actually I went to an animal shelter. Even though I didn't want to be there, I'll admit I didn't want to be there. I did not want to do shit that day. But I was also in inpatient rehab, so since I had to do it, I had to do it. And so I actually did it, but I isolated myself while I did it because I prefer isolation. And I actually spent we were there for like, I want to say like 3 hours. So we spent 3 hours. I spent 3 hours isolated, but I was still taking care of all the animals that were there, and it actually turned out to be a really good time. I was just upset that I had to be there, when in reality I didn't want to be there. So at least if I'm gonna be there this time, if it works out and everything, I might actually do that shit every day until I get my 20 hours. How hard can it be, right? And then just knock that shit, especially get the big numbers in on weekends. So we gonna knock that out ASAP. I'm gonna probably call them. I'm actually gonna call them right now since they're about to open up, so that I can see if I can't get something started, because that's actually been the hardest part. Anyway, I appreciate you, Rebecca Towns, for coming in and hanging out with me for a little bit. So y'all remember to make sure y'all hit that like button if y'all ever see this, and remember that kindness is free and I'm cheap as fuck. So enjoy your day, and as always, stay mad, my hatters.